Hi there, this is Drew, the 4-Eye Toy Collector, and welcome to my very first video. Though you are seeing a statue of Chimpanzee right now, I'm not going to be reviewing him. I just wanted to make sure that I have a mascot of sorts, if I'll be allowed that. Well, I'll be reviewing toys, figures, and whatever interests me, I might say. So let's get on to it, and my very first review will be the SH Figure Arts Kamen Rider Gaim Orange Arms. It's it's a figure that had been released for quite some time already, about maybe a few, give or take 1 year. But it will be getting a re-release around mid of this year. But this has been my favorite figure from last year, and I wanted to just make sure I can have another review out of this one on the internet, and I want to give my honest review, honest comments in regards to what this has to offer. Kamen Rider Gaim would be the Kamen Rider from last year as well. It's a samurai themed warrior with a mix of fruit, hence the reason why it's saying orange arms. And alright, we got a box here. This will be the front, and let's take a look at the back real quick. Here we go. I'll open it up and let's see what we get. Alright, let's start with the accessories count first. Along with Gaim's closed fist, we have 8 hands. 2 of which will be relaxed hands, and then these 2 would be to hold the Dynaroo, which is Gaim's initial weapon, and then we have 4 hands that will hold the other weapon, which is the Musa Saber. These 2 would be to hold it in a sword pose, and these 2 would be to hold the weapon in a gun pose. And then we have the orange lock seed in a closed mode. The lock seed would be what Kamen Rider Gaim uses for his transformation, and again, we have it in close mode here. We'll take a close-up in a few moments. And here we have our orange lock seed. And as you can see, it's almost finely detailed. We'll just try to turn it around. You even have that orange on the green dot at the top of it. And we also have the open mode of this lock seed on Kamen Rider Gaim's belt already. We'll take a look at that later on. And we have here the Dynaroo, Kamen Rider Gaim's main fruit-themed weapon. It is, of course, themed as an orange slice. And we have tiny trigger over here. And it's really pointy. And again, it's themed as an orange slice. You just need to be careful though. This part here can detach, and we don't want to see that. So just be careful with that part. And we have here Kamen Rider Gaim's second weapon, the Musa Saber. It's a sword gun combination, and if you can see it closely, though it might not be able to focus, there is also a design over on the gun part. So this one does not move unlike in the show, but it's still a cool piece. And on the show, Kamen Rider Gaim actually favors this weapon other than the Dynaroo for some reason. And here is the Son Goku driver. The lock seat actually comes off, and I'll be posting a picture on why it comes off later on. And with the trademark of the show, we have the knife on it. You can go up and down to perform the finishing moves. Also, I'll show that it also has a holster for lock seats. Right now I have the orange lock seat in there. If ever you are able to get the other lock seats, like for the pine arms, you can also fit it in there. And here's the detail of Kamen Rider Gaim's helmet. I just wanted to make sure I got a detail of the helmet to show you all. Just to show the compound eyes on the helmet itself, it actually looks like an orange slice, which is really cool. And you won't be able to normally see this in a helmet anywhere else, which is really nice. And here's the figure, Kamen Rider Gaim in his Samurai Warrior glory. Let's take a look at it real quick. And let's just take a look at the movement. We got head movement, a bit of a neck movement as well. and full rotation. Just be careful. There we go. And then for the shoulders, he actually moves up and down, so that you can easily move his arm around like so, ready for any poses that you might need to have him do. Swivel on the arms, double jointed elbows, and a hinge on the wrist. Same goes for the other arm, like so. And get a rotation on the body, on the torso. Movement on the legs. Having the split. And just be careful if you're going to be posing him. This part here can easily come off. You can just easily put it back in here. And again, just be careful in doing the splits with him because it will easily come off. But in any case, let's just go ahead and take the legs. Double jointed knees for both. And then if you take a look at the legs, the feet rather, ankle joints and toe joints for both feet. Oh yeah, and let's just try to take a closer look at some of the details that I really like about this figure. Alright, along with the first wave release of Kamen Rider Gaim Orange Arms, you'd also get this stage. It will be to just showcase the characters on a display if you would want to. You have the 4 symbols here, one for Gaim, Baron, Zangetsu, and Ryugen. Along with Baron's first wave release, you'll also get a screen as a background. Unfortunately, I was not able to order that on time, so I never got to get Baron yet. I'm hoping I could maybe get one in an aftermarket, but for now, I'll just deal with Gaim's stage, and so set him like so. And we just put Gaim over it. And I'm showcasing two things in one stone. I'm showing also that we can combine the Dynaroo and Musa Saber to form the Naginata mode like so. And as well, as I said, you can take out the lock C from the Sengoku driver and put it on the Musa Saber like so to perform a final attack. And so what do we have to say regarding the Kamen Rider Gaim Orange Arms figure, the SH Figure Arts, Kamen Rider Gaim Orange Arts figure? I might be a bit biased regarding this because Kamen Rider Gaim became one of my favorite shows after I've seen it. It's not, the first episode didn't really pick up for me, but after the first episode it became really interesting, especially around the middle part. And with that, I immediately tried to order the figure, and I was lucky enough to get one of the first wave releases, as you can see right now. And regarding the figure itself, it actually has an awesome design. The details are superb. It follows closely to the show. The weapons are finely detailed as well. I really like the Musa Saber and the fact that you can remove the lock seat from the belt and put it under the Musa Saber. And the only things I did not really like would be the fact that the lock seat can sometimes sometimes pop out from the belt easily. Also regarding this part here, the holster for the Musa Saber, this can also just pop out if you are to stretch the left leg too far. And maybe that's it. Maybe those are the only two cons that I have regarding this figure. All in all, this is actually a great figure. If you're a fan of Kamen Rider Gaim, you should not miss this out. If you are trying to collect just the main riders for SH Figure Arts Kamen Riders, this is definitely a must-have. And so that ends my very first video, my very first review. I'm hoping to review a few more figures in the future. I'm planning to not stick with just SH Figure Arts. I'm planning to also move on to other figures, like let's say Figma, Nendoroid if ever, but mostly I'm gonna be reviewing things that I like at the moment, and one of them of course is Kamen Rider Gaim. And again, this is Drew, the 4-Eye Toy Collector. I'm hoping to see you guys on my next video. Bye bye.